Over the years, insurance has played an important role in Kenya's economic development, and the history of the Association of Kenya Insurers can be traced back to 1960s before Kenya gained her independence.
At independence and a number of years after independence, maybe 2 decades, this industry was dominated by foreigners. In keeping with the wider theme of Africanization and indigenization of commerce and industry, the 1980s was actually the decade of localization or indigenization, if you will.
The Association of Kenya Insurers was established in 1987 as the umbrella and advocacy body for insurance companies in Kenya.
The first task that we embarked on, we didn't have a proper constitution, so I led a team that had to put the AKI constitution in place and very detailed rules and regulations for the association. With liberalization, we had to adopt a new way of doing things, and we realized very quickly that new opportunities were opening up in commerce and industry and in the wider economy. So that was then what informed the transformation of AKI into a more formidable lobby and advocacy group.
Fast forward to the insurance sector today. The industry has grown in leaps and bounds, and the association is also transformed to keep up with the changes.
You can imagine AKI at 35 now. So when we were entering the industry, AKI was at 5 years old. As a true professional, AKI is a reservoir of information, it's a reservoir of networks, it's a reservoir of things that you would not normally know if you're working in your own individual company.
The association currently has 55 members and 4 associate members.
The major responsibilities, and that speaks to the mandate of the association, one of them is lobby government, proactive lobbying, where we ask government to introduce laws which will facilitate growth and development of insurance business, and reactive lobbying, where we ask government to drop any legislations that we think are likely to have a negative impact on insurance business. The other major responsibility for the association is to promote insurance information amongst the Kenyan public. We are also mandated with the responsibility of carrying out research. AKI has assets, so we are also mandated with the responsibility of making sure that we preserve the AKI assets, whether physical assets, financial assets.
We make sure that we incorporate or discuss with our stakeholders and see the synergies we can derive from each other for our members. As AKI, we ensure that our members are fully aware of the governance issues around the business and ethics and arbitration, so that within our own membership, we are able to govern ourselves. As AKI, we continuously retool and reskill our members and the other stakeholders.
In representing insurance companies' interests, the Association of Kenya Insurers works closely with the Insurance Regulatory Authority, IRA, a government body responsible for licensing and regulating the insurance industry players.
The Insurance Regulatory Authority operates with the many stakeholders in the sector, and AKI, being a major stakeholder, has very close working relationship with the authority, and we work to them as a major stakeholder to ensure that we have an enabling environment for the insurers to operate, for consumers to be made aware of what is going on. And AKI has made tremendous contributions in terms of research, in creating awareness, and making several contributions into the development of the insurance sector.
In particular, AKI has been very instrumental in shaping the regulatory and legislative framework, including the policy reforms in the insurance industry in this country over the years. Many of the times, AKI was called upon, or we called upon AKI to give advice and give their opinion on issues, particularly when we wanted to change any legislation or to get their views on various policy matters over the years. AKI, for example, has always participated in the budget preparation process every year. AKI has also been very useful in terms of the government trying to interface with the industry.
AKI members have benefited immensely over the years.
When there is something that makes sense for the industry that needs to be lobbied, whether to Parliament or other government regulatory institutions, it is a lot easier to do it as AKI. An example is when there is unfair taxation matters being levied on the various stakeholders in the insurance industry, such as financial advisors or even ourselves as underwriters. It's one of the benefits is if we use AKI or the AKI platform to address these issues.
As Old Mutual, we've benefited substantially. There are matters you cannot address as a single independent company. You have to address it from an industry point of view. For example, if it comes to price undercutting, so the members are brought together to address that. These matters of fraud is another big problem in the industry. AKI brings us together to look at that particular challenge. AKI Awards is one of the annual events that we really are eager about. So we've been beneficiaries of some of the accolades, and we work very hard to achieve those. So in our business plans, in our routine meetings, it's one of the issues we look at: how do we achieve more this year?
Digitization of the motor certificate through AKI has been one of the great milestones, and it has become so convenient. It has improved services a lot, and it makes very convenient to all the underwriters and to the public and to the insured.
Some of the common problems or challenges require a common solution for the sector. AKI has contributed to legislation to resolve common problems in the sector. And the other thing that AKI has done very well is lobbying, what you call conferences, creating forums where agents are even awarded, and encouraging people about professionalism, about standards, about the issue of certification.
Welcome to Insurance Debates. This is one of the most popular championships we have year-round.
The intellectual war drums are beating.
The association has made tremendous success. AKI is a body that is recognized within the insurance sector, within the financial services sector, as a serious body that needs to be consulted when there are any matters touching on insurance.
Mission accomplished? Well, not just yet. Cognizant of the fact that the insurance industry is changing by the day, AKI remains committed to addressing emerging issues.
We are now in very volatile times. In such time, extra weight and extra burden goes to leadership. At the CEO level, at board levels, including the management of AKI here, led by a CEO, and the board of AKI. These times call for greater flexibility, greater agility, use of technology, continuous research, and speed of execution. These are some of the things that AKI must be very mindful of and even facilitate for its members. And collaboration is going to be extremely important in these times.
How will our companies be agile enough to address these emerging issues? I think AKI should be the leader, should lead in terms of setting the pace for the insurance players in terms of addressing the new expectations, the new needs.
Things have changed, and therefore we need to up our game in terms of technology, as an enabler in terms of being super efficient like the banks.
As an industry body, what AKI needs to do is to make sure that the industry remains strong through self-governance. Sometimes you do have errant members within the industry, so it's not sometimes easy to get everybody focusing into the same direction. But nonetheless, it is something that we must continue to do.
One of the things I would wish AKI to focus more on is technological developments and also market developments going into the future.
As AKI members, we need now to accept standardized or common technologies that can push us forward and make sure that we are more efficient in managing of claims.
It's very critical for insurance companies to have one single system at the point of service.
It's very important for the members to make AKI more powerful, more effective and more useful for the industry.
It is no doubt that the Association of Kenya Insurers has come of age, and many are confident that it will continue to promote growth and excellence in the insurance industry.
I think the sky is the limit.
Let's continue with the good work.
I must congratulate AKI for taking its role and urging its members to play a very useful role in that space.
Association of Kenya Insurers, championing insurance growth and excellence.